Hello everyone, Namaste. I'm thrilled to be back with another episode of RightCast. I'm your host Ichha Pandey. Today we have an esteemed guest, Mr. Warren Kwan, Head of International Recruitment, Oxford International Education Group. Oxford International Education Group is known for providing pathway programs and higher education for international students. So let's welcome Warren. Welcome to SOSA.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me. Yeah, really happy to be here.
Okay. So I would like to initiate our conversation asking you about OIEG itself. Could you please tell what is OIEG?
Yeah, so OIEG stands for Oxford International Education Group. We first founded in the UK, but now we've actually extended our footprint to USA, Canada, Australia as well recently. We are a pathway as well as higher education providers. We provide pathway program for students. And then we also do direct to universities. We work with a number of universities in the UK, USA, as well as Australia, helping them to access the direct program at the university at both undergraduate and postgraduate level.
Okay. Could you please tell about the key universities like you have associated with lots of prestigious university? So could you please name the key partners?
Yeah, so under the Oxford Direct, our direct to university part, we currently work with 3 universities in the UK. So in the UK, we have Ravensbourne University, which is an art and design focused university, but as well as business and technology, right in North Greenwich, very centrally located, just within 30 minutes from central London. We also have University of Roehampton, which is a traditional campus university in London, which is quite rare to find in London to have such a large campus. Again, it's only 30 minutes from central London. You can get to Roehampton. And last but not least is our new university partnership in UK as well. It's called Health Science University, HSU.
Okay.
HSU is based in London as well, but even more centrally located compared with the other two. It's right next to London Bridge, very centrally located. From London Bridge to the university campus, it's only 15 minutes walk. And it's mainly focusing in healthcare, business management related courses.
Could you please tell about the popular courses in that health and science course?
Yes, so in Health Science University, we'll be launching our first intake in May this year. We'll be launching one program only, which is called MSc Global Healthcare Management. So MSc Global Healthcare Management, essentially meaning helping students who are in healthcare industry. They might be looking to advance in their career, either in managerial role or further advance in the career. This program is to equip them with all the knowledge that they need in both.
We have both the bachelor's and master's program, right?
So for now, for Health Science University, we only do postgraduates.
Okay.
So this will be our first intake in May, just for postgraduates.
Okay, so is it 1 year or 2 year program? What is it?
It is a 1-year full-time program.
So being a head of international recruitment, what do you think, which course are the popular from Nepal?
I think from students from Nepal, one of the most traditional, popular subject, of course, is business. But we're also starting to see more students looking into computer science courses, but also like within the business setting, maybe looking more towards data analytics, business data analytics as well. A bit more diverse now, but of course, the most popular one, of course, is always business management as well as computer science courses. Yeah.
Okay, so now let's talk about the key benefits of applying through Oxford International Education Group. Like, what are the benefits that student get?
So, student is right into the central in our heart of everything that we do at Oxford International. We really care for students, making sure that even from day one applying, we provide the fastest admission service that we could for our students. Once the student arrives in the UK, our team are there to support students from enrollment, but also in terms of career support as well, because we know that nowadays students, they're not only just looking for education, they're looking for more return on investment, let's just say, on their degree. So that's why we really look into employability as well, ensuring all the teachings as well as support, we have the employability focus as well.
Okay. So now I would like to ask you about the benefits of studying in the UK. Like currently the UK has boomed in recent years. So what do you think? Why has it become the popular destination for the international students?
Yeah, I think first of all, of course, is the quality of education. UK is always renowned for a high quality of education that we provide to students, ensuring they have the academic success, which equip them to the second point in terms of employability. Nowadays, a lot of UK universities really putting a big emphasis on employability, ensuring the student will find a job after the study. And really, in terms of student life, UK itself is a very international country. You will meet students from all different nationalities. You will make friends from students from all parts of the world, which is very good to broaden your horizons. But also, in terms of postgraduate study, when the student finish their degree in the UK, they will get 2 years post-study work visas. So they have 2 years of looking for internship, looking for any job in the UK, which in a way extend their stay in the UK.
Okay. So studying abroad is really challenging and overwhelming at itself. So what do you think? Like, how can student develop different types of skills and be different in job market?
I think, of course, it is challenging. I was an international student myself when I first moved to the UK. It could be very overwhelming in terms of from day one you arrive, you don't know anyone.
Yeah.
You might know a few friends who are studying in the UK with you as well, but not a lot. So it could be very challenging. But I think my advice really is just don't be afraid to ask for help. In the university, in a lot of places, everyone is very willing to help, to support you. So don't be afraid to reach out to people asking for help. In the university itself, the student service, we're there to support the students. Really do reach out and don't be afraid and ask. Yeah.
Okay. So networking plays quite crucial role. So many students, they don't have the education system here in Nepal, same as the UK. So what do you have to say, like, how to the introvert who don't want to speak up and quite hesitant to ask for help to those students?
I think really my advice is do remember that now you're alone. So I think it's better to ask for help. You might be a bit afraid to meet new friends, but do make use of a lot of the opportunities in the university, like student events. Those are the time that you can meet students, not making a big effort, and just take part into the events. And at some point, you will get to make a lot of new friends as well.
Okay. And students are quite confused also, like what are the skills they need to develop because in terms of email writing, CV and everything. So what are the skills most needed to the students when they go to abroad?
I think students from Nepal in general, they are very good in writing in English. And I think what missing a lot is speaking. I think they find it speaking a bit challenging. So I think just like myself, when I first learned English, I think maybe start watching a lot of dramas, English dramas, American or UK. I think that might be a good way to start to equip them speaking, pick up phrases and words that might help them. But yeah, I think my advice really is just to focus on the speaking part.
Okay. And I've seen many students want to bypass, English proficiency test. So what do you have to say? Is it better to do English proficiency test and go in medium of instruction?
I think, of course, my advice always is to go with the English proficiency test. It's really an opportunity for you to see where your weakness or where your strengths are. If it's your weakness, then you can improve on that. Because if you just purely go with a medium of instruction, of course, you might get entry into the university, but you don't know which part you need to be improved. So you might struggle from day one. So I think really going through an English proficiency test give you a better chance to improve on yourself and make sure that you're well equipped from day one at the university.
So many students definitely look for scholarship because scholarship plays definitely huge role when they are going abroad because it's huge investment of the parents, right? So does Oxford International Education Group help students in scholarship also?
Yes, I mean we do offer scholarships for students from Nepal. We do have scholarship available for all different products as well. So in terms in our pathway centers, we do offer scholarship for students for their foundation or international year one. Some of the courses, we do have progression scholarship as well, which students would get extra scholarship when they advance into the university. On our direct to university, our Oxford Direct part, we do have scholarship available for students from Nepal across all three of our universities. Currently in Ravensbourne University, London, students will get £3,500 per year if they study undergraduate. So all 3 years are covered. And if they're postgraduate, then 3,500 for the master course as well. For University of Roehampton, offer scholarship up to £4,000, depending on the merit of students, on their academic achievement. So if they get 4,000, then it will be 4,000 for every year as well. Last but not least, for our Health Science University HSU, currently for May intake, we're doing £2,500 scholarship, meaning student will get a net tuition fee of £12,500 in central London.
So many students are quite confused what is pathway program and year one program. So could you please tell about this?
So yeah, of course. I think students, when they hear pathway program, they might not know what it is. Pathway program are there to support international students. We know that when international students arrive in the UK, they might not know a lot of the education system, the requirement that needed, simple things like how to write an essay. Nowadays, students might just think about they can just use ChatGPT and get it all sorted. But I think like writing an essay itself is different. It could be different from how you write in high school, where you can just write anything. Like you don't need to quote sources. So, for example, presentation as well. What is a good presentation? How do I prepare for that? How do I write a dissertation? Things like that. I think we cover that in Pathway program. We support students in terms of academic skills, making sure that they will be very successful from day one at the university. We also support them with academic English. Again, students might come to the university with a certain level of English already, but they don't know how to translate that in an education and academic setting. So we prepare students for that. That's why for Pathway program, we do accept students with a slightly lower English level because we provide extra support on English to help them to be succeed in the university. So Pathway itself, we do a foundation and international year one. Foundation is extra year on top of the 3 years bachelor, where students from a lower entry requirement, we support them with that. International year one is actually like a year one program. It has no different. But the extra component, again, is on the academic and English support. We support that students so then they will be very successful when they join year two cohort with rest of the students.
Okay. I'm really curious to know about, like you mentioned about the lower entry requirements, right? So the students who go through the pathway program, they do need to do English proficiency test, or they will go through MOI. What is it?
So depending on the university, currently we have a number of universities that we do provide IELTS waiver, depending on their grade 12. But also if not, then students can also take our online English tests. So at Oxford International, we also provide ELLT, English language tests. They can do it from the comfort at home. All 4 components, just like IELTS, reading, writing, speaking, listening. But instead of doing it in a test center, they can just do it at home.
Okay, is it same like Duolingo or quite different?
It's quite similar to that, but again, because we work with over 60 universities recognize this test, so it probably is a bit more accredited compared with from that.
Okay, so as we end the conversation, so I would like to ask you last question. Could you please give any one piece of advice to the students who are going in this coming 2025 intake?
I think my advice really is to act early. A lot of students, they always leave in quite last minute. Understandable, but I think if you apply very last minute, you don't have time to prepare your pre-departure. You're rushing for your visa. You arrive at the very last day of enrollment. Again, with that, you might miss the chance to meet new friends because everyone, some of them will arrive on time, going through all the orientation process. But if you arrive late, then you won't. So I think my advice really is to act early, apply your visa early as well, and arrive in the UK early.
Okay, thank you so much, Warren. It was great talking to you.
No problem. My pleasure. Thank you.